Mm, you know the vibes. You know what's going on. Can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me today. I got a mic. Like I'm investing in equipment. As I hope y'all notice the progress, you know what I'm saying, in the production quality. You hear me? Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm about to take this hat off. It's kind of hot. Mm, so much better. Here we go. Mm, what a day. What a day. What a day. In the words of the great Erica Badu. So hopefully, being that I got my mic, I ain't got to yell as much as I'm used to yelling. You know, my wife telling me to calm down. So I was like, you know what? It is time for me to get a mic. Mm. Wait for everybody to get in here. We are going to have a good session today. I got some preaching to do today. You got a message to receive today. You got a blessing to receive today. You got some actions to act on today. Mm. Let's get everybody in here. I'm a little fruffle today. Let me make sure. Went up on my YouTube. Hey, okay, there we go. What's happening, Cordies? Am I saying the right Cordies? Is it Cordace? Cordice? What's going on, brother? Hey, man, you know what we got going on, man. Today, we got some oak and barrel honey. No, it's oak and barrel peach. So it's peach bourbon, basically, with some Pepsi. It's, bourbon, and my wife bought me some special customized bourbon from Oak and Barrel. And it's got honey in it. I mean, it's got peach in it. It's actually got a stem of a peach in it inside of it. Really good. I mixed it with a Pepsi today. You know, something cool, something cool, something cool, something cool. You know, something to get the sedation flows going. Can you hear me well on my mic? Am I coming across clear? Are you hearing too much movement? I'm just testing this bad boy out. I had to get a mic for y'all so I could stop yelling so much, so the whole community don't have to hear my conversation. mm, mm. Cordis, Cardis, Carded. Hold on. Cordis, Cordis. Okay, Cordis. I can do that. Yeah. What you say? You sipping on? You sipping on tequila and water? All right. Okay, we're gonna go with tequila and water tonight. You always come appropriate, so I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, I don't trust a man if I don't know a man's vices. You hear me? But we getting the cracking tonight. Get some more folks to get in here. So tonight we're gonna kind of we're gonna dive right into it. We're not gonna do the icebreakers like we did last week. The only reason for it is because I had a long day. All right. I was really this close to not doing live tonight, but I was like, man, I haven't done it in 2 weeks, so I need to get on it, get on that horse before it becomes a pattern of not getting on it. I got pulled over by the police today. I just got done taking my exam for my KCNA. I don't think I did that well, to be honest with you. But you know, so is life. You know, worked, all type of things today. So it's been a hectic day. And gym, I'm tired, fatigued. I haven't eaten since lunch. Wife ain't home. She out at a business event. So yeah, man, I'm a little fatigued today. The word for me personally is fatigue. But I'm here for y'all to give y'all a message that I need to give y'all because it's been sitting in my spirit for a couple weeks. And I need to help y'all really break through the hurdles well, the walls and barriers that you're stuck at in making a transition to cloud careers or elevating within cloud careers that I'm just seeing too often. So we're not gonna do the I think it was I forgot. I know the control C was we not filling the story, but I forgot what the deploy was deploy and control C for tech news. We're not doing tech news this week. But next week and the following weeks, we're gonna get back to tech news. All right. Let me see some more folks in here. Okay. So I'm gonna just dive right into it. All right. So if you're ready for me to, so here's the whole premise of tonight. The premise of the night is literally I'm here to help you those of you who are whether you're breaking into the industry or those trying to elevate within the industry from your first tech role, get beyond that stuck phase. Too many of y'all are just stuck. You don't know why you're stuck, and you don't know how to get past beyond this stuck phase. All right. I even see a lot of cloud influencers not really shedding light on the strategies that you need to implement to see where you're at. Because it's one thing being stuck, but not being stuck is like being in the dark and not knowing how to eventually get out the dark. So this whole tonight, tech at night tonight, is to help you see where you're stuck at in your transition and how to get beyond it. All right. I'm saying this, speaking this as always from a personal experience and experience I've had with many tech professionals make the transition into the field. So and get skilled up. So we're gonna start it off like this. So the number one mistake, and the number one. So here's the, and we're gonna walk this through phases. All right. This is the. So imagine yourself being a newbie who just heard about cloud engineer or cloud security engineer or cloud technology roles, and you want to make that transition. You're excited. You're pumped up. You did all your research. And you're ready to do what most do, and which is jump immediately into training. Right. Finding training. Mm. So this is what most people do. Most of us do. And I know it because I even did it. We either try to find some type of course, boot camp, or college that provides the training that we feel we need to be able to get these tech skills. We jump immediately into it. If you're at this phase, don't make that mistake. All right. What you want to do, the first move that you want to make actually is you want to go on Indeed, you want to go on Career Builder, you want to go any job site, and you want to find 10 tech roles that most interest you. Make sure these aren't senior level roles. Make sure they're not even uh, SME roles, and you really don't even want to go for the mid level roles. No more than 3 years experience, right? There's always the gap I say for folks just getting into the tech industry, and even for those trying to elevate out their first tech role. You don't want to go any higher in your job search than 3 years. Here's why I say this. Here's why you want to start looking at the jobs before you start looking at the training. Because you want to take the top 10 jobs that most interest you, meaning they got it's the type of company that you want to work for, type of compensation that you would like. Be realistic. All right. I know some of y'all go, oh, $100,000, $200,000, a million. Be realistic. What's going on, tech homeboy? Um, you want to go look at the top 10 tech jobs that you want first. And what you want to do from those top 10 tech jobs is take five of the most common skills amongst all five of those tech jobs. So once you got your little batch of five skills, okay, these are the five skills that are most common to the jobs that are the type of tech roles that I want. Once you got your five skills, what you need to do is then take them to the training that you plan to pursue and find out which training program, whether it be a course, whether it be a boot camp, whether it be a college course, whatever, and see if that training covers though all five, or at least most of those five tech skills that these jobs are requiring. Because You want to make sure that every action that you're taking, every step you're taking is a step forward and toward the exact direction of where you want to go. Otherwise, you'll just be spinning your wheels, learning random tech knowledge that you will never need and never utilize. Like, for instance, I started using Python, learning Python. I've never used Python in my tech career. Never. All right. But does that make sense to you? Is that making sense? If that's making sense for you, um, well, no, yeah. So if that just give me a yes or no if that makes sense to you, that part. So instead of going approaching approaching training first, you need to approach the tech roles first, and then from those tech roles, gather the first most common 5 technical skills, and then boom, go back to those training resources and see which training resource uh, preps you or trains you on those skills that are desired by the employer. That making sense? Okay, cool. Okay. So that's usually the first phase. Okay. If you're ready for phase two, give me a two in the chat. Type the number two in the chat. Hey, you tech homeboy, what you sipping on tonight? Oh, I ain't even put the rules up. My bad. I ain't even gotta get the rules straight. Gotta get the rules straight. You hear me? I heard. All right. Yeah, you gotta always tell especially when you're a newbie here, with the breakthrough crew here, you gotta always tell us what you sipping on, baby. It's tech at night, baby. It's an adults edition. Mm. Okay, okay. Quarters we popping too. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right. So here's the second phase. So you did your training, you graduated from your boot camp, you finished the course, you got your certification, you finished your college classes. All right. So now you're ready to jump out in the field and start applying for jobs, right? All right. Now this is all based on that you took those skills, that you got those skills that you wanted to get from this course, from this training method that you took. Again, whether it be boot camp, college course, whatever. You got your skills, all right, your certification included, and now you're ready to start applying for jobs. Now you're ready to go get that job. Those start aiming those at those jobs that you did an original search on. Okay, good. So here's the problem that I also see again, and when I hit on these phases, one of these phases is going to resonate with you because one of these phases is where most of you all are stuck at least one of them. So you're applying for jobs. Here's what you're running into. You're the job. You're not fine. You do a search. Oh, I want to be a cloud engineer. You type in cloud engineer, and you see all these different type of roles pop up, and you're like, wow, I just wanted a cloud engineer role, or I want a cloud support engineer role, or a cloud engineer manager role, or cloud infrastructure engineer role. But all these other different types of cloud specialist, cloud consultant roles are popping up under my search. Hmm. And you only see like 3 or 4 that says specifically cloud manager or whatever the search term you're looking for. And you say, well, I've been applying for jobs, but I'm not finding a lot of the jobs that I'm looking for, or you told me to look for. That's because the titles of the tech roles that you're looking for won't always be under the exact search name that you're looking for. You got to keep in mind when you're job searching in these job search sites, you're using you type in that search box, it's not necessarily looking for the title of the role. It's a keyword search of a responsibility that's within that role. So that also shows you that you're likely being presented with the right opportunities, even though they may have different names. Like for instance, if you're in my a part of my email list today, I sent out an email showcasing 2 jobs about how boot camp prepares you for like a live demonstration of how boot camp prepares you for jobs, like job readiness, the skills we cover. Well, in my email, the job title. So my job, my boot camp focus on cloud engineers, cloud security engineers. Well, in the job title, it says cloud engineer 1/U007C, and it's remote US. Now, most people, new, especially newbies who never really gotten into the applying mode, they're just expecting to see just cloud engineer. But it says cloud engineer one, and they say, "Oh, that job is not for me." No, that's your opportunity. It said literally says cloud engineer role. I'm pretty sure if you do a search on the page, you're going to find cloud engineer responsibilities and the term cloud engineer within the description of the job or within the responsibilities of the job. Most of y'all are skipping your opportunities because it's not fitting exactly how you believe a job title should fit. You got to keep in mind, this is still a brand new industry. Cloud technology is a new industry. There's no standardization yet outside of certifications. There's no commissioner board of cloud engineers. You know, so the names will vary company to company, region to region, country to country, even. But don't deter and defeat yourself because it's not showing up exactly how you imagined or thought it should be. Am I making sense for you? Am I making sense? Yes, no, hell no. Okay, okay, 225 girl. Okay, we cooking tonight, baby. Okay, we on something tonight. We sipping good tonight. You got that Coke Zero, but you ain't got nothing in it. I don't know. You ain't sipping them. Mm-mm. I at least got Pepsi with that old oak in there. That old oak bourbon. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm making sense. Okay, cool. All right. So if you're ready for phase three, give me a three in the chat. Just type the number three in the chat. So we already covered the first two phases. Your training phase. All right, you got your training done. Now you're applying for your jobs. All right. Somebody's stuck in one of those two areas. Right. They're complaining, especially those who complain they don't see enough opportunities. The opportunities are there. You're just not literally applying for the role because it's not designed exactly how you think it should have been described. It's right there. If it comes up in the key search engine on the description, objectives within the title, that apply. That's your opportunity. It's just not named specifically a cloud engineer, a cloud security engineer, or a cloud architect, or cloud project manager. It might be named a cloud project manager. It might be named a cloud consultant. It might be named a cloud support specialist. Like there, it might even be named a IT specialist, but it's really a cloud job. So, all right, let's move on to number three. Mm. Oh, 225. Okay, that's right. You at work. Oh, you like cigar? Hey, we got send me a picture of you smoking cigars. If you really like cigars, I need to see a photo of you smoking cigars. Send them my email, info@bcloudengineers.com, and I'm posting on my Instagram and in my newsletter. All right, because again, I like to showcase tech folks, the lifestyle beyond the keyboard, you know? All right, so going to number three. Right, exactly. The position title name will vary. Small but important detail. I'll tell you, so many newbies and people come to me saying they don't see it. I don't see opportunity. I only applied to 3 jobs this month. You know, no, it's all out there. Don't shortchange yourself. All right. Number three, phase three. So here's gonna be we're now about to get to the good part. So you've been applying for jobs, you got your training, you got your certifications, you even got your resume done, but you still ain't got no motion. No motion. Now I know one of y'all stuck at this phase. Here we go. If recruiters aren't hitting your line, meaning pick up the phone. If they're not calling your phone, they're not sending you text messages, if they're not sending you emails, and definitely if they're not sending you LinkedIn messages of any kind. I'm talking about like if you're like maybe get one or two a week, maybe on the high end three. But if you have and you have mostly those are dry weeks. And in tech, especially in today's time, there are no dry weeks. Like even the hiring phase that used to be just uh, January and February and used to be August to October are now like year round. They're like hiring tech professionals year round. And it gets hotter than some months, of course, but they hire year round. So if you have no motion, if you ain't getting no hits, then this means you have a resume problem. Say it with me. I have a resume problem. If this is you, all right. If you don't have no motion, no recruiter motion, all right. The recruiter's not texting you, they're not emailing you, they're not calling you back to back, they're not leaving you voicemails. I'm talking about both foreign recruiters and local recruiters, especially local American recruiters. But if the foreign recruiters ain't hitting you up, you definitely ain't got no motion going on. You definitely have a resume problem. All right. That means your resume is not getting picked up by the ATS system or any kind of other tech system that they have going. All right. That means you likely have no clear title on your resume of exactly what you're good at, meaning a defined title of this. And I'm not in eliminate. Stop putting entry level in the front of your resume. That's like knowing that you have potential to be great, but you're saying, I just I ascribe to be a rookie player, rookie NBA player. When you have the potential to be a Hall of Famer, it's like no, just say you're an NBA player. Say you're a cloud engineer, cloud security engineer, a cloud project manager, a cloud support engineer, a senior, whatever. Da, da, da. Like your title needs to be. Your title probably isn't right. Your formatting is probably trash. You probably got too many boxes and squares and this and that everywhere. You probably got 100 skills at the top of your resume, and you got your experience and projects way at the bottom of your resume, or you got your certifications way at the bottom of your like too many colors and pictures, and you got a big old picture and stuff like this on your resume. Like your resume isn't biting. You have a resume problem that needs to get fixed, and you fix that by talking to a resume specialist. Now, everybody who works with me, especially my students, know we got Tiffany Hall, who's our in-house tech career resume person. She writes all the resumes. She does all the LinkedIn posts, not posts, but pages for our students, professional profiles. But find out whoever is best for you, whoever does resumes that you know, even if you got to use the assistance of Chat GPT, all right, or any AI program, you still need to have somebody has some type of profession who had experience seeing or helping tech people get hired. Look at your resume to tell you what your resume is missing, but you have a resume problem. All right, you need to tweak that resume somewhere until and keep reposting it every time you tweak it. Meaning, if you got to tweak it once every couple of days and throw a new one up there, I had to do that at the beginning. Keep doing it until it start hitting, and it's gonna hit. You got to give it like a day or so to sit within the algorithm, but it's gonna hit if it's attracting, if it's attractive. Plain and simple. All right. So that's phase number. Where we at? That's phase number three. One, two, three. One, two, three. Yeah. So let's move on to phase number four. If you're ready for phase number four, let me see some fours. What's happening, Guardy? What's happening? What's happening? Guardy, you ain't tell us what you sipping on. You breaking rules already, baby. Let me see some fours. Yes, yes, yes. You ugly. Exactly. Your resume is it's how you showing up at the dance, baby. Are you looking like somebody that somebody need to be dancing with and getting beside? Are you looking like somebody and smelling like somebody people need to stay away from? That's your resume, baby. That's your bait. That's how you gonna hook them in. Okay, we got fours going. Cool, cool, cool. All right, guard, you driving. Okay, okay. I'm gonna let you slide this time. It's all good. I'm gonna sip one for you then. Okay. Four. Okay. So now, if you are getting a lot of recruiter calls, they're hitting you up. Hey, buddy, I would like to see if you're hired or if you're available for work. For new opportunities, we have a hybrid on-site job that's hiring as a cloud support engineer. Whoever, if they hitting you up, they blowing you up. They take, hey, I sent you the job description. Can you please respond with the right to represent? Like if they hitting you up like that, you get hit like daily. You know what I'm saying? You get hit. You get hit like 4 to 5 times a week by recruiters. Okay, you got a good resume going. You got a good resume going. Now, because here's the next step. Usually, after you get done talking to the recruiter, they pass you on, and they feel that you're fit for a role. They'll pass you on to the hiring manager who's who works for the actual company. Usually recruiters are third party, outside the company, but they pass you on to a hiring manager who's actually hiring for the position. They're usually some HR person or some higher manager engineering manager who's responsible for the team or what have you, and they do your entry level uh, first round interviews for that with the actual company. Now, if you're not getting past the hiring manager, meaning if the hiring manager isn't passing you on to go to the technical rounds, then this means you don't have enough projects or work experience on your resume. So you got to go back. You got to go back. You got to go back to the resume. Mm, we thought we was past that bad boy, didn't we? We thought we was past. We thought we was on. We tired of touching that resume, but you got to go back. Now, most of y'all gonna be thinking like, so how do I get project and work experience? Experience? That's a great question. Here's an even better question. Where can you get projects and work experience? Google. All right. First off, projects are abundant online, especially today. In today's time, they have courses online. They have medium.com as a plethora. No matter your industry, the role that you're pursuing, a plethora of projects that you can do on your own. All right. And that's easy wins that you can add to your resume because it take you maybe a week, maybe even a month if it's a super complex chat box AI chat bot or Kubernetes containerization, orchestration clusters that you have to create. Like maybe take you a month at most to do a project, which really should take you about 2 weeks to do a project. But that's easy win you can add to your project as work experience. Now, why do I say work experience if it's a project? Because don't you have a job? If the answer is yes, then you can put that project under the company that you're currently working for. Now, does that mean that that company has you doing that specific thing? No, but you did it while working with that company. That's something you can explain in your interviews. But in the meantime, the goal is for you to be able to get to these interviews. All right. Get to these interviews of talking to the hiring manager and explaining your process of completing these projects or completing the work experience. Work experience is also you can go on things like Upwork. You can do free work for people. Offer to do free work. That's another thing. You got to. There's a large portion of breaking into tech that's you have to develop a hustle mentality. We're gonna talk about that later. It's not all just because this is technical and you're a tech professional doesn't mean everything is going to be black and white. There's lots of gray in this industry, which is where all the opportunity lies. You get your work experience by just going out there and doing work. All right, you can do free work for persons. You can walk up to your favorite Jamaican restaurant and ask them, "Hey, I noticed that you all had, using Apple Pay here or whatever. Well, how are you storing your customer data? Well, maybe I can help you store your data in the Google Cloud Drive or AWS storage bucket or AWS Google Cloud storage bucket, AWS S3 bucket somewhere. Boom, that's your work experience. You did it for actual company. Boom, that's your project experience. You went on Medium and replicated the project. It's not, don't rewrite, don't try to, reinvent the wheel. Make it easier on yourself. You just have to get off your and go actually do the work. Am I making sense? Is that making sense? And why? Because you need to be able to talk to the hiring manager about your experiences. See, your hiring managers don't does, and we talked about this in the last video. They don't care about all the technical jargon. They just want to know that you've touched enough cloud services that they actually work with, that you know about these cloud services. In the building, I'm gonna have to rewind the live. I had to handle a ticket. My brother. All right, it's all good. What you sipping on? What about people not employed? They can still list their work. But if you're not employed, then like I said, find a company that's utilizing the computer and find out ways where you can help them implement their what they're currently using into some type of cloud infrastructure, or just go online and just offer free services to people that are always looking for help with projects, or just go to meetups. There's meetups in nearly every city that's always has these techathons or hackathons that or just these companies making pitches all the time that need help. I know that personally because there's friends of mine who own companies and have needed interns to come work for them, and I put them on just to get work experience. Like you have to be innovative with the stuff. You got to hustle with the stuff. It's not going to always be black and white. So there's a ton of ways to get experience, even if you don't have an actual job doing the actual role. Why? It's not about the integrity of the actual work experience. It's about the knowledge and skill you gain from doing the actual work. The exposure to the various cloud technology services that you could easily communicate to the hiring manager. And this is how you get past the hiring manager by adding more projects to your resume or adding more work experience to your resume that you can then talk past to be able to for that person to be able to pass you on to the technical round. Is that making sense to y'all so far? There's no special juju. There's nothing crazy. There's nothing scammy about it. It's literally just hustling, figuring out a way, to get work experience and project experience on your resume. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's not like you saying, "Oh, well, I work for NASA and never worked for NASA." You don't even have a NASA ID. There's tons of ways to get experience. I know one of the things I did when I first got on was there was a friend of mine who had some stuff set up on AWS for a website, and I offered to help her. And she just made a post one day about her being stuck, and I said, "Hey, I'm studying for AWS. I can help you out." I put that friend, I helped her out, of course, got her website set up, disaster recovery and everything on infrastructure. Anyway, I had on my resume for like 4 years, and employers would ask me about it, hiring managers specifically, and it helped get me past those rounds. As a matter of fact, I owe her a check at one point because she really helped me get some real money out in the tech world. So, and that's just again, that's me being intuitive and being innovative and finding an opportunity when it's presented to me. Yeah, it didn't look like something. They didn't look like a Microsoft internship or anything. Just a simple website, a blogger, and I helped to solve a problem. But all those skills exposed me to more and more AWS services that I was able to stack my resume. That's the only thing you need to do, be able to fatten your resume. Again, it's a pretty girl at the ball, and your job is to make her more and more desirable for more suitors to want to dance with her or court her or what have you. See, this the part of the tech journey, that most people don't want to hear about because it's not so straightforward. It's a little bit of gray there. But if you're willing to hustle, that gray is all your opportunity. Because most people get scared and skittish and say, "Oh, nah, it's not straightforward. I can't just get this piece of paper, present this to these people. They say I'm good enough and they hire me at this high dollar amount." Come on, man. Be realistic. All right. So if you're ready for phase five, let me see some fives. Let me see some fives. Did that make sense to y'all though? Did I lose any of y'all on that part? Let me see some fives. Mm-hmm. All right, Cordis. When people say Cordis, and they say it fast, is the Cordis, or they call you CD. They probably call you CD, or they probably call you Dice. That's what they call you. All right, Emmanuel. Man, you ain't tell us what you sipping on, man. You crept up in here real slow, nice and easy. It's all good though. What's up, Justin? All right. Let's see what else we got. Are you ready for five? Cool. All right. So five, you get past the hiring. All right, so you doing went back a month later. You got your resume stacked up. Now keep in mind, once your resume, the more you stack your resume up, the more recruiters still biting at your neck. Recruiters don't care if you get a job or not. Recruiters, when your resume hot, when you got the dope girl at the ball, they're gonna always be hollering them 24/7. They don't care if you employed or not. All right, just by the way. So don't think you're doing all this work and having to backtrack and it's all wasteless. No, you're continuously adding value. So number five, all right. So all right, so you got past the hire manager. Okay, so now you get into the technical round and you answer your 10 questions or 8 questions. Usually it's no more than I always say it's no more than 4 to 6 technical questions. Well, four of them are usually technical, and the later two are usually soft skill questions. But let's say you get to the technical round and boom, you keep flunking technical rounds. Now, when I say this, When I say that you're not getting past these rounds, I'm not saying you interview one time and then get past the technical round. I mean, this is a common pattern. I know because I had this for like almost a year. I just couldn't get past the technical round, man. It was kicking my ass, man. I was like, man, I need to really get my dev skills up. You know, um, I need to get my knowledge up, my tech knowledge. But this means that if you're not getting past the technical round, um, this means that you have, let me see, the technical round. Oh, okay. Also, if you're not getting past the if you're not getting past the hiring manager, this also means that you're a poor interviewer. I want to throw that in there as well. All right. So you need to work on your interview skills. So yeah. All right. So if you're not making it to the technical round, okay. All right. So anyway, if you're not making it to the but poor interview skills, not enough project, you're not explaining yourself well. That's all the same thing. Anyway, now if you're not getting past the technical round, simple. You don't have enough technical skills, technical knowledge, not even the skills on your resume. You probably got enough skills on your resume, but you can't communicate the technical knowledge. Meaning you don't know how to explain, for example, what an S3 bucket does. You don't know how to, and they're not sitting there trying to pop quiz you on everything. They usually want to, they say, well, tell me about a time when, or give me an example of what you would do when. It's usually scenario based questions. It is not sporadic. It's usually very centered around the job description. So you can easily just study. One, you need to study the job description. All right, as you're getting passed through these in and rounds so that you're always prepared to talk around your experiences and knowledges that are around the actual job. All right, because it's all there. The answers and opportunity is all there. It's not in space somewhere. You got to go study and read 100 white papers somewhere. It's all there. But anyway, if you're not making it past technical round, you got poor technical skills. What this means is you need to get back in the lab and you need to actually start um, doing more. Probably need to repeat some of the same projects you did until you understand what the services are you utilizing. Maybe you need to start researching the services you utilizing. You need to probably start studying, just reading medium blogs about the certain aspects of engineering that you're in, the aspect of the cloud that you're interested in. If you're an IM engineer, if you're in security, if you're in firewalls, if you're in VPC peering, whatever your, especially your weak areas are, and they're usually good at giving you feedbacks on where they think you're not strong enough at, especially technical managers because they're tacticians, like they're practitioners. They've done this. They're actually doing the work and they understand the journey of what it takes to get this far. So they're usually really good at giving you feedback of where the areas they think you need to, increase your skills in or increase your studying. So the technical round is where most fall though, because they just get scared, freeze up, and perform badly. That's another thing. Stand up when you're doing your technical rounds, because most of it isn't just because you might know a lot of the technical answers, but your position, your body, it's a physiology thing. When you're standing up, you exude more confidence in yourself to be able to answer questions. Like everything flows better when you're standing up and you're confident about doing a technical round interview. You're sitting down, you're slumped, and you're not a vet at this, like you're going for especially when you fumble the first question. Oh yeah, you fumbling the rest of it. you know. But yeah, so that's common sense. You just get your tech. You don't have enough technical knowledge. You probably have enough technical skill, but just not enough. Not You're not able to communicate the technical. And why is this important? Because you're going to sometimes be dealing with clients and persons who aren't technically savvy. So you're going to have to know enough about the technical area to be able to communicate that to them effectively and efficiently. Did that make sense to y'all? Man, you said just water. Okay, cool. All right, good. All right. So if you're ready for the sixth phase, let me see some sixes. Let me see some sixes. All right, we don't got past the recruiter. We got past the hiring manager. We got past the technical round. Now we in the last final rounds of interviewing. Probably talking to some type of project manager, director, CTO, CEO. Now we're in the last rounds where it's all about personality and it's all about just fit, just culture, company fit. All right, cool. He said about to make $2. All right, cool. So if you're not getting offers, you went through all these rounds of interview, and you've done this with multiple jobs. You went through all these rounds of interview. All right, but you're not getting the offer at the end of the day. Everybody says how much they love you. Everybody gives you high remarks that been speaking to and interviewing with. But the last person is just saying overall no. Now, usually it's not just the last person telling you a no, like the CFO, the head person in charge telling you no. They usually go back and talk to the team and they try to see if you're fit for what they're looking for, what idea of what they have for this role. So if you're getting rejection, if you're just not getting offer enders at the end of the day, but you're making it through all the rounds, then you're just aiming at the wrong kind of tech roles. All right. And I saw this early in my career because all I was aiming for was DevOps roles. And I wasn't by nature, I was my strongest pursuit at that time, especially. I didn't have a lot of dev skills. But here I am going the DevOps route because that's really all I knew. Cloud engineering and DevOps at the time. This was again, cloud was still new, but that's the mistake I made. So I made adjustments, and then boom, started seeing more success in offer letters. But yeah, so you're just applying for the wrong tech roles. So that means you need to go back to the board. That doesn't mean you need to rewrite and redo everything. It just literally means, okay, maybe instead of going after these type of roles, I need to go after these type of roles instead because I'm getting more opportunities here, or the feedback I'm getting is that I'm stronger in this area. I need to lean on my strengths. This isn't the process, the part in getting your first big cloud role. This isn't the part where you try to um this isn't the part where you kind of play with to see where what works. No, like you gotta be methodical. You gotta be strategic. You can't just freestyle your way to a technical offer, to a cloud tech role offer. The risks are too high. Like it costs too much money to bring you on to interview, and the money, the type of money that we're making in the industry isn't something to take light. So the risks are high. So you don't want to be playing around with your opportunities. You want to make sure that you're being strategic, and more so you can help somebody else come up behind you. You don't want to accidentally stumble into success and then can't back backtrack the steps you made to be able to help somebody else get forward. And the reason you want to always do that is being a good Samaritan, because you never know in helping somebody else where they will help you later on in the future. All right. So those are all the phases that a cloud engineer goes through of being stuck, and hopefully will help you break through that cycle of your cloud engineering roadblocks, of knowing where you're stuck at, why you're stuck there, and how to get beyond it instead of just being stuck and keep doing the same thing and not getting the type of solution. Now, I do want to leave you out with these last thoughts before I get off. Um, the biggest so outside of all these technical leaps and technical um approaches to your cloud engineering path, cloud security path, cloud tech professional path, what I'm seeing is the biggest hindrance is that most of you lack consistency and perseverance. Like I'm seeing too many of you who have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the credentials, but you're not being consistent in applying yourself to these opportunities. You're not being consistent in applying for jobs. You're not being consistent in your learning. You're not being consistent in your studying and you're taking exams. You're not being persistent and it's going to always show up in the work when you get an opportunity. Like you're not going to show up and be consistent in performing tasks and you're going to get fired. And it's going to be hard trying to explain to the next employer of why you can or why you things didn't work out in your last role, because they can pull it up and see, oh, you were terminated, not laid off. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I see most of y'all just, y'all have y'all just not consistent enough. And you have to be consistent. This just because something doesn't, it's just like being a rapper or artist. You invest the time to go to the studio. You invest the time to put in your outfits. You invest the time to go into the shows. You invest the time to pay for the DJs and all that. And you go to the studio, record your records, invest your time in all the graphics and everything. And then boom, you put out your song, and then boom, you only got 2 views. And then boom, you put out you say, all right, that first one they ain't feeling that, but that's so cool. I got another heater for them. Boom, you drop another song, and 2 weeks later, and boom, you got 3 views. Boom, you drop another song a month later, you only got 6 views. Like this the same thing with cloud engineering, with pursuing these cloud tech roles. It might say that you only take 3 months. It might even say that it could take 6 months, and it can. But if it doesn't happen in 3 and 6 months and you give up, it's on you. It's not on the opportunities. It's not on the training. It's not on the courses or anything. It's on you because you gave up on yourself too soon. You didn't give yourself an opportunity because it takes so much ingenuity outside of the technical things. Like again, we're talking about all the grade for for it all to work. Like your interviewing skills have to continue to increase by you start developing your script by going through all these rounds. Like your network starts to build. Like all these things have to be a culmination of working together before you really start to see your opportunity and then boom, get that offer letter. Because when you get that first offer letter, your first cloud tech role, oh, you're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel amazing. But when you level up from that first tech role or that first cloud role, and you go and get that tech role that you actually wanted, that cloud role that you really wanted, oh, you're gonna feel super amazing. You on top of the world. And then on top of that, all that hard work you put in, all that adversity you face are gonna build you into a more grateful professional, a more higher performing professional, a more prepared professional. And a lot of that anxiety of, oh, I might lose this opportunity, my life is going to change back to not having anything. A lot of that is going to be alleviated because your confidence is going to be through the roof because you've been through so much already, and you already know exactly what to do for next time. Your next time it happens. All right, let's go. All right, so let me open up for Q and A's. I'm gonna give y'all like 10 minutes for questions. Let's see what y'all got. Shoot your questions below. But anyway, and while I'm doing that, any of the things that make sense? Did I bring you all some type of clarity tonight? Be honest. Like did I speak on something or area that you're stuck in, and that gives you some type of relief to know how to get unstuck there? That feedback helps me be able to produce more and better content that really helps you. I'm primarily applying for system administrator roles, but my background is CNA now. How do you communicate? Beautiful, beautiful. Number one is, especially in the technical rounds, hiring managers too, but especially technical rounds. They love hearing stories of how you transfer from one industry to another and took the initiative to learn the skills. They love that type of stuff. Soft skills is talking about your journey. Y'all downplay your journey enough because it doesn't seem techy. For some reason, y'all think that people are gonna shun you because you used to be a nurse. I literally read a post today, a guy that I'm gonna start following. He used to be a doctor and then opted out and took training to become a solutions architect. Now, it wasn't an overnight success, of course, but neither was becoming a doctor, and neither was becoming an RN. But anyway, you just talk about the journey of what's going to be highlight if you're coming from other industries is talking about what made you want to make the transition. And if it's about money opportunities, that's fine. But just put more humanity in it. Money to be able to better take care of my daughter because she has this illness, or money to be able to better take care of my family. Because my father and mom never took a trip out the country. They love this. Be a human. This a technical roles, but we're all human operating these technical roles. So if with your system administrator background, you talk about how you talk about one of the system administrative projects you've done, and then you bring it home with even relating to instances where because they're going to ask you. I had an interview with the hiring manager yesterday. Yeah, they're going to ask you what's the hardest most difficult thing you faced on a job, and what's the best experience you had on the job? And you could talk about how you're, and they're gonna say it can be tech related or non-tech related. And you could talk about how being a CNA, a tough instance you ran into where you had to tell a customer no, or you disagree with somebody on the team. How did you work? Because at the end of the day, everybody knows, the internet knows these technical solutions. It's the person who can problem solve that these companies care about the most. How do you think is how they care. So how did you problem solve through these social issues that you dealt with in the workplace? That's where your CNA skills can come into play. That's where you can say, well, so I don't know not much about CNA equipment or nursing equipment, but a defibrillator instead of a such and such, or this type of mechanical tool, or this type of medicine suggestion, or this type of care for a patient instead of a such and such. Or you can talk about how you found gaps within the healthcare industry on the and with that tech software that they were using, and so you wanted to get on the system engineering side so that you could help provide better healthcare, tech healthcare to I mean not employees, to client, to patients, or how you wanted to be a part of the innovative end of creating telehealth. Like that, it meshes, it all communicates, because especially in tech EHR, if I was you as a CNA, get your system administration skills and certification, and boom, start going into EHR. I forgot what the E. I think it's not electronic, but I forgot what the E stands for. But it's EHR. That's what the tech side of healthcare is called. The industry is multi-billion-dollar industry. Huge. Like, go internally, start doing the work there. Working, even if you got to volunteer with the tech. That's how you get more work experience. Volunteer with your internal tech team. So after hours or your days off, go to your tech team at the company you work for and be like, hey y'all, I'm studying to become a system administrator and I need to get some more experience. I would love to help you guys out. What do you need help with? I don't care if it's installing Cat 6 cables or helping decom a data center. I don't care what it is. I'm willing to help. And boom, that's how you build your chops and tech experience. Am I making sense to you, 225 girl? Or did you leave me? I'm not gonna be a little loquacious. It's been such an exhausting week. I don't even have my torch with me. I've been lighting my cigars with a big lighter. Am I making sense, y'all? Go to all the madness. Talk to me. Oh, appreciate that, Gardy. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, man. Again, we're gonna be here again on the 7 p.m. next Thursday. I try to do these Wednesdays or Thursdays. I'm my most freed up evening when I'm not really into something, or with my wife watching something. So I try to do these every week at 7. But oh, you're driving. All right, don't crash. Don't crash, please. Please, you just paid in car insurance. Wait a minute. All right. All right, okay, cool. I got a special guest coming for y'all. Y'all know I always like to keep the tech heroes rolling, 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 baby. If you got a tech hero you'd like to see hosting on Tech at Night with us, me interviewing them and getting squeezing the juices out of their journey and giving you all more and more advice, don't hesitate to send a recommendation to somebody. Go to my LinkedIn, shoot me a message, say, hey, you should consider this person. I would like you to consider this person for Tech at Night host, to co-host, special guest, whatever. And I'll check them out and reach out. But anyway, I got this I am engineer, Azure I am self-taught engineer. I'm gonna have on the April 10th show. It's gonna be great. So stay tuned for that. Special announcement. If you got more tech questions, go ahead. I got time for one more tech question. But special announcement is so boot camp, our cloud training boot camp starts I think, yeah, June 1st, ends July 2nd. So it's a 4 to 5 week boot camp. Anyway, It's our summer camp. It's gonna be great. This one gonna be crazy. We keep improving and tweaking the boot camps, just to create better and better, more enhanced experiences. Anyway, boot camp signups start now. You know, there is open enrollment now. You get a 10% off discount by using the code TechMeUp24. Let me see. Uh, TechMeUp24 at BCloudEngineers.com for our boot camp. So, but the discount is only good until like the 19th of April. So you better act fast. You hear me? But uh if you're, as always, if you're a military person, salute. We got special discounts for y'all. Just shoot me an email, info@bcloudengineers.com. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all. I really want y'all to really understand, man, like becoming a cloud engineer, becoming a tech professional, cloud tech professional is more so about the soft skills than it is the technical skills at the end of the day. You got to develop the hustle. You got to hustle, baby. This ain't just a cookie cutter, straight pathway, got my paperwork, give me the opportunity, give me the big bag. This ain't how this works. Regardless of what they promote on TikTok and everything like that, when you're operating with integrity, and I'm always about integrity and long term success, um, you gotta hustle, baby. You gotta figure these ways out. That's, and talking to communities like us is ways to help you figure out, problem solve, and get opportunities. You know. So appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Be Cloud Engineers. Appreciate y'all for always supporting. I gotta tell you about my Colombia trip. I appreciate y'all liking my shorts as well. I've been posting, I posted my little Colombia trip. You know what I'm saying? I had a great time. Shout out to my guy Caesar, man. Met a wonderful human being by the name of Caesar, who talks like a New Yorker, who grew up in New York, but he's from Colombia. Um, a really dope brother. He has the potential to be a great host for those who go to Cartagena, Colombia. Like, he gave me a lot of praise and a lot of respect because, we look out for Caesar. We tip him, give him cash here and there just to help him out. And it's just not just the money part, but just the friendship, bonding with him. And he'll tell you all the insights of what goes on in Cartagena, the hottest spots to go to that you're not going to see on TripAdvisor or anything like that. He's always at Eddie's restaurant. Eddie has ooh, Eddie restaurant so good. I gotta look up what was Eddie restaurant name. Uh, 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Eddie restaurant was so good at Cartagena that we ate there every day. We were there. We either ate there for lunch or dinner. Yeah, Porquera. La Porqueria. Labokeria. Eddie's the owner. Caesar's always there. They like a tag team, baby. They're awesome brothers, man. When I tell you we had the time of our lives with those two, we had the time of our lives, man. But yeah, thank y'all for liking the content, the Columbia trips. Just trying to showcase, man. The best part was not only just being able to make that trip, but make it with my brothers. My brothers who came up in tech with me. Who I help expose to opportunities and they capitalize themselves. So it's always great to not just be successful, but help others be successful with you. It's all about sharing. You know what I'm saying? It's opportunity out here, enough out here for all of us to get and eat well. So that's what I'm always about. Not just professionally, but in my personal life. This is how I am. I'm worried about sharing, getting it, like working hard, going to the max, but also sharing the wealth. So anyway, that's all I got for y'all, man. Be great. Remember what I said. Hustle. Just hustle. Just show up every day. Even if you ain't gotta always be at 100%. You ain't gonna always be at 50%. Sometimes you're gonna be at a little 5%. But as long as you show up every day, all that adds up over time. Trust me. And the time that you think is gonna happen, be at peace that it might not happen at that time. However, when you get to that time, you're gonna look back and see that you're so far ahead than when you even expect it to be. And then when that opportunity comes, you're just that much more filled with gratitude, and you understand the journey was necessary for you to go through what you went through to get what you have. And you really feel the grasp that you earned something, that you earned something great, that you earned something proud that you can stand on and that you can put your name behind. Your legacy is here, cemented. So really, I want to hammer that in to newbies and just hustle, man. Don't give up, man. For seriously, consistency and perseverance is really the only social tools soft skill tools that you're gonna need throughout this entire journey. That's gonna carry you through. Everything else is antiquatable. Everything else is you can easily obtain, but you can't easily obtain consistency and perseverance. That's what most opt out at. But all right, Linda, we getting out of here. You late, girl. You drinking water? You drink water by yourself. That's all good. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night, man. You have any comments? Continue to comment below. Share this with a friend who's trying to break into the industry. Don't be afraid to shoot me a message or email. Subscribe to the channel, man. And we're gonna see y'all next week, and we're gonna do this again. All right, remember, you had what it took the entire time. All right, y'all. We out.